Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to speak about the continuation. This is the video everybody has been waiting on, and I'm finally here. We're ready. Let's get into it. We're going to go back over everything. You already know what indication happens after the price break a previous swing high or a swing low, and it creates a new high or a new low. All right. What we want to know is that price is trending. All right. So price breaks this last low, this swing low, swing high, which was a low right here. When price breaks, it indicates we're going to put that in green, right? What you're going to do now, you're going to drop to your 4 or your 1 hour time frame to see the correction. You're scaling down basically. So right here was the indication, right? This is on our 4 hour time frame. I'm still not seeing everything clearly, so I'm going to drop to my 1 hour. After dropping to my 1 hour, I'm gonna look for the correction. All right, so for the correction, I want to see price making lower lows, lower high, and I want to see the lows getting lower and lower because that is what is important. So this is the low. We're going to just mark up them. I'm going to mark up all the lower lows, lower low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. Right, so once the lower lows are being broken, that is what is important to me. All right, let me show you. So lower lows being broken, lower lows being broken, lower lows being broken, lower lows being broken. So that's how I know that I am in a downtrend. All right, I know you guys are going to ask in, but Shika, but Tash, how comes price breaks this lower high, right? Why price breaks this lower high? Price indicates right here, right? It indicates, and then it corrects. You say it's correcting, so you're going to name something ugly though. So price indicates right here, and you say it is correcting, right? But once price do not come back above this level right here and show me that okay, I am continuing up, I will not enter the trade because price only indicates, it corrects, and it did not push back above this level. So price is telling me that I'm still bearish, and how that I know I'm still bearish is because it is breaking lower lows. This lower low is broken, indicates lower low broken, indicates lower low broken, indicates, right? Right, what happened over here, this was a liquidity sweep, right? So when we're correcting, we want to see that the lower lows are being broken. That's how we know that the correction is not over, right? That's how we know that the correction is not over, because the lower lows are being broken. So it shows you that the market is still in a downtrend. The market not finished correct yet. All right, this right here, where you see this right here, that my circle in green, this is a liquidity sweep, because some people would have enter sell right here, because them see market start from lower lows and lower high, so them gonna enter sell probably right here, so, and set them stop loss right here. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna enter right here, set them stop loss right there, enter here, set them stop loss right here, and then I'm gonna target down here, and then the market I gonna just come take them out and then come back and hit them take profit where them did already want. All right, so that is the reason why I pay attention to the lower lows and not the higher highs, not the lower highs, right? So I pay attention to the lower lows when the correction is happening, right? Because I want to see the lows are getting lower and lower, right? So even if this indication happened here, even if price indicated here, so it indicates, then it corrects. I want to see price come back here. That's how I know that, okay, the trend changed. This is no longer in a a downtrend. It is now in an uptrend. All right, so that's what I would want to see. How do I know when the correction is being over? How me know the correction over? So now we have this last lower low right here. We have this last lower low right here, right? And then I see the market push up and it creates a lower high, right? Let me mark that. It creates a lower high. A lower high. But price creates a higher low. It creates a lower high. But when you look down here, when it reverses, price creates a higher low. That is telling me something. Because remember, when we're in a downtrend, price make lower lows and lower highs. But when we're going in an uptrend, price can now making higher highs and higher low. Alright? Wanna stay with me. This was the last lower high in the downtrend. Right here where I have the lower high mark. This was the last lower high. Right? Once price breaks this lower high, right here, price is now telling me something. I am no longer in a downtrend. I am in an uptrend, right? Because price indicates, then it corrects, then it continue. Over here, we see price indicates, it corrects, it did not continue. That's why we wait on the continuation to know that price is changing the direction of the market, right? So over here we see the indication. How do I know that price indicates? You see right at this candlestick closure. I see price push above, right? Price push above this level to create an indication. Then these red candlestick, these are my correction. And what I see happen right here again, another lower high is created. And remember, in an uptrend, higher highs and higher low is what make a uptrend, right? So now price make a lower high, and guess what price makes now? It now makes a higher low. A higher high, I should say. I'm sorry. Price now makes a higher high. Price now makes a higher high and show me that, okay, the downtrend is over. But if you're still not confident enough to enter the trade right here, right? And let me scale into the 30-minute time frame where you can see the correction. So when the correction is over and the continuation is happening now, we're going to see a change of direction in the trade. We're going to see a change of character, and this is the change of character happening. Price start making lower lows and it start making lower highs and then higher highs, right? So once price break this right here, it makes a higher high, then a higher low, right? Then a higher low. When price is back above this higher low now on the 1 hour time frame, if you want to see clearer, let's go down to the 30 minutes time frame. I hope this information goes down too. Let's go down to 30 minutes time frame. Boy, this is a lot, eh? Okay, let me draw back up this because we're not seeing everything. So right here, guys, price breaks right this level right here. We see an indication. Price now indicates that, okay, I'm changing. It creates a higher high, then another higher low. I want to enter the trade once price on the lower time frame come back to this level, because if price breaks this lower high right here, I do not want to be in that trade, because this would now be a liquidity sweep to push lower, right? I hope we don't get too confused. So now price make a higher high, then a higher low. Then when it's back to this level, I would enter the trade I'd enter the trade here, stop loss right there, and then we zoom out, and we target right up here, so where the indication stop. One target right here, so where the indication stopped. All right, go back down to the 1 hour. So right with indication stop right here, that's where we're going to target, and this would have been a 1 to 7. A 1 to 7 risk to reward. 1 to 5 risk to reward, right? And that's how we know that the correction is over. So we see price making higher highs, and if you want to be sure you make another higher high happen, then another higher low, then another higher low, just to be more on the safe side, and then you know that okay, price is no longer correcting, right? Price is now continuing, and when you make the higher low right there and start push back up after the higher low is made, you enter and target the 4 hour level where the indication stop and corrected. So this is a process we move from time frame to time frame. We're not gonna just get it in a one try. We have to practice and practice and practice and practice and back test and practice until we get it. All right, so pay attention to the higher highs and higher low, and lower lows and lower highs. That's why I'm gonna say the market structure is very important, because we are trading market structure by calling them ICC. So it's just a breakdown of market structure in depth. All right, so we enter, stop loss below there. We hope the chart not that confusing. I would target that. So this would be a 1 to 5, 1 to 6 risk to reward, and count the candlestick them to see how much hours only would in the trade. So not because me say me trade on 24-hour time frame, that no means to me that the market for couple days well. We can for couple hour or whatever, but me look for the indication, me look for where price I do on the higher time frame, the highest time frame, because I think that I gonna be the most truthful one. Because the lower time frame, too much candle, too much noise that take place right there and then. All right, I will make up showing you some few more examples until we get in the groove of getting the continuation part. All right, so right here we see this level. We drag the line across, and we see price indicated here. We see price indicated there. This is on the 24-hour time frame. How do I know price indicate? Because this over here, this was our last higher highs. This was last higher high, higher high, and then higher low, higher low right there, higher high right here. Price push past this higher high, so price indicated that it won't go higher. So we put the indication in green, and we're now going to drop to our lower time frame. We're going to go to the 4-hour. So we drop to the 4-hour, we see the indication, right? When price reach right here, we see that the candlestick start reject, right? The candlestick start reject, and then price start pushing down, and this right here is the correction. We want to know when the correction ends. we're going to drop to lower time frame again to put the correction in rate. So we see price start making, it makes a low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, higher low. Right here, when we see price don't make another lower low but a lower high, this is where my interest come in. Say, okay, the correction now are over, right? It's no longer in a bearish trend, it's changing trend. How do I know it's changing trend? Because the lower lows aren't getting lower, it's now getting higher. So the lower lows aren't getting any lower. So our last lower low is right here. Lower low was right here. Then I see price making a higher low. How do I know it's a higher low? Because the low ends right there and it's higher than the low that's at the bottom. That's how I know it's a higher low, right? We want to know where was our last higher lower high on the 4-hour time frame, right? So the last lower high was right here. Lower high was right there, and then the lower low right there. Then we see price start making bullish momentum go up. So we see lower lows, we see low higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then price reach back to this level. You know what me I go do when price reach back to this level, because I already see the trend change. I am going to enter the trade right here. I'm going to enter the trade right here, stop loss up below this higher low, because once the price is in an uptrend, it's not supposed to break the higher low, right? Vice versa, and mega target right there. This is a 1-to-1. However, if I do not want to target the 1-hour time frame, I can zoom onto my 4-hour time frame and target the level, which is the same on the same level on the 1-hour time frame. Or what I can do is go back down to my smaller time frame, and I can trade the trend. So what I would do is track my higher low. So track them like this. Higher low is farmed, it's not broken. Okay, keep holding the trade. And I want to do this on my 1-hour time frame, people. Another higher low. Okay, and then higher highs are being broken. Higher highs are being broken, so I know that the trade is still in the uptrend, because higher highs are being broken. See, so a price indicated again on the lower time frame, right? And then I continue to track my higher lows. So I continue to track my higher lows, guys. So we can still follow the trend. Higher low, right? I'm gonna show you when to exit, so you still stay in the trade because it's not breaking the higher lows, right? So this is now another higher high right here, another higher high being farmed, a higher low. We see price breaks again, indicate. We say, all right, we still a hold the trade. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue to track our higher lows. So we continue to check our higher lows. Another higher low is formed right there. We don't see a break, you know. I know we don't see a break. We continue to hold it. We continue to hold it. Another higher low. And we see higher highs being broken. Because another high is broken right here. Broken right there. Higher low is formed. Broken right there. Still bullish. So we're still holding. We're still holding the trade. This is how you can maximize on profit. Still holding. All right. Still holding the trade. When I would exit the trade now is when price breaks this higher low right here. Price is now telling me that the trend is over and I need to exit because it creates a lower low, and the trend is over because it creates a lower low, push up, then it come back to this level and then starts to sell off again. So it's the same thing repeating itself. And if I've held this trade, this would have been a 1 to 5 risk to reward trade, and that is how you can maximize profit using the higher time frame and trade with indication, correction, and continuation. I am going to make some more videos on this. So I show you how to enter, where to put your stop loss, and how to exit and how to maximize profit. If you guys don't understand, I'm going to make a sell side and I'm going to continue to make more of these and trade breakdown before and after, so you know have to understand. All right. Okay, billionaire team, this is the end of today's video. This is the end of today's video. I hope to God, I beg God to help me. I hope to God that I did it to the best of my ability so you guys can understand. So we have to move down from time frame to time frame to get this thing going. All right. So, all right. I'll see you in my next one. I'm going to do one on the sell side so you guys can see it also.